Welcome back, everybody.
Oh,
Fall is definitely here. In the last week and a half, we have had 3 nights that got below freezing. One night got down to 30 degrees. And we also discovered something interesting, that my neighbor put up a weather station, and over at her property, it's about 6 to 8 degrees warmer at night. During that same time period, the lowest temperature that she saw was 38, and I saw 30 degrees over here. So it's strange. I'm only maybe a few feet higher, but there's a grouping of trees here on my property, and I think that for some reason it holds more cool air. So that was an interesting phenomenon that we found out here. I have an update on the Colby mission. They sent us an email. It's kind of a blanket email to most of the residents out here, or people that have contacted them. But it basically says that sometime in mid-December, they're going to have a town hall style meeting, and they're going to have it in the city of Williams. And they plan on having it at some church. It's not an official county meeting or anything like that. This is just a meeting so that they can address the concerns of the citizens out here. Also, it rained over the weekend, and it's been awesome out here. The track got a good wet down and had a chance to go out there and really play quite a bit on Little Bass Turd, the quad, and man, so much fun. So much more traction when the dirt is wet. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You can see that all of the grass has turned golden yellow. All right, so it rained all night. The ground is very soft. It's Sunday morning, and I grabbed the camera because I noticed something really awesome. Man, the ground is soft. Like you can see when you step down, it's ground is soft. But I wanted to come and show this. Look, this is what you call a full swale. Yep. Did this the last time it rained too. Look at that. Got within about an inch of overflowing. Looks like it overflowed at this end. Yeah, it overflowed. This would be overflowing. Can't take any more. So I'll make it bigger. Yep, look, it overflowed. All this water couldn't soak in. Look at that. That is so awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna make it bigger. All this water can't, it's full. It's absolutely full. I see what I can do. So obviously it could be much, much longer. You can see going down the rest of the road where it puddles. All of that is at the same level. I'm gonna make one big swale that goes all the way down and connects to this one. And then I probably will make this one wider. I'll make this one come back towards the road farther. It'll make it so it can hold a lot more. And all that water will soak into that berm. That's what it did the last time it rained. So cool. This is only the first of many. I just put this one here because I wanted to soak up that puddle that I always get right here in the road. It's been 4 days since my swale was filled up with water. And during the day you can see that the whole bottom of the swale is dry, but the berm soaked up the whole thing. It soaked up all that water, all of it. So every time we get any kind of precipitation, it has always collected right here in this road. And that's why I dug the swale there. So every time we get precipitation, this swale is going to get filled up. And you can see the water line It was full. There was as much as it could hold. I did get some pinto beans. These are pintos. I'm going to save them. Not very many, but it's enough to save for seeds next year. Those are also pintos. And that's one blue corn. And it's pretty much going to be finished here from the cold. You can see those are all black beans that came up from the ones I sprinkled down. Even in the cold, they're still trying to grow. But over here, there was one that really suffered from the cold. See that one right there? Yeah, that one froze. That one got some frost, and so did that one right there. But proof of concept, these berms work. I mean, they're still soaking wet. The whole entire berm. It's about 1.5 feet thick. And you can see here on this turn that the quad does not tear up the track anywhere near as much as the razor. I just love the look of this place with all the tall grass. Now that it's turned yellow, it just looks so beautiful. It gives a lot more depth to the land out here. So a few days ago, I was out walking scout and we saw an antelope, just one. I had her on the leash. So she saw it and it started to run, and I let her off the leash to see what she would do, and she chased it. She chased that antelope for about 1/2 mile, and then she stopped and she did something that really amazed me. She came right back all on her own. She followed the exact same track that she had run after it. That's really good. That was a big pass of a test for her. She's really turning into a good ranch dog. I mean, that means that, you know, she's going to chase something and she's going to come back every time. That's good. She's come back every time she's chased a rabbit. And she has had a couple of like 1/4 mile chases of the rabbit, and where she's gone completely out of my sight and always come right back on the same path. Very smart dog. Also, I haven't weighed her recently, but Scout is, believe it or not, probably a couple of pounds underweight right now, just because she's still a puppy and she doesn't like to eat. She just is not an eater. But she's big. She's really starting to fill out, and I'd say she's somewhere between 90 and 95 pounds now. She is huge. Lot of strength. Big, powerful dog. Couldn't ask for a better guard dog, I'll tell you what. It's been about 1.5 weeks since the last freeze. I don't know, maybe it's been 7 or 8 days, somewhere in there. You can see all the spaghetti squash has died. Every bit of it. It's all gone. All of it. All the squash. It all died. And we ate the spaghetti squash and it was good. See, there's a couple little babies there. They're still trying to go. The acorn squash is also dead. And this corn never actually produced any viable ears, but it tried. But I learned a lot for next year. I have not opened up the pallet potatoes yet. So luckily my tomatoes have not been affected by the freeze yet very much, just a little bit. You can see a little bit of burn here and there, but I think because of how densely it's clustered together, it has helped them to stay alive. You can see a little bit of burn. I've been letting these go because the last 5 nights or so have been in the mid 30s, upper 30s, which is definitely helping. You can see the comfrey is shutting down, and all the peppers here are shutting down. It's time to harvest the peppers today. But look at my cayenne peppers. There are so many in there. They look so good. Some of them are already starting to turn red. Hungarian hot wax peppers, looking good. And the serranos. But you can see the plants are they're about done. I tried to give them a few more days. The zucchini is about done. It kind of was hit or miss as to what got affected by the freeze. And you can see the pumpkins, which never really did anything. These were all cantaloupe and stuff. They're completely burned away. One sweet pea lived, and it's a snow pea actually, so maybe that's why it's still not dead, because of the cold. Yellow squash, they were still going. A lot of them turned out really hard like this, but I found if you peel these, they're still really edible, and you can make some different things out of them. So, but the yellow squash, summer squash here, we still got a little bit. There's a few pieces to pick. Got one more meal, probably 2 meals. Some of those harder squash, probably peel them and fry them. And you can see the acorn squash here. It's done. Freeze finished it. And of course, all the cucumbers are completely gone. It basically finished them all off. So we figured out that these are oats. And this stuff just amazes me. It has grown everywhere in this garden in just the plain soil. And it grows in these big clusters. It starts out with one piece of grass and then it grows in these huge clusters from it. And it seems to root itself really well. It still hasn't slowed down that much, even with the cold. This is just a hardy crop. It did really well in the heat. It did really well in the cold. Basically, once it got rainwater, it has lived completely on its own. Like this piece right here. This is only rainwater that's ever watered this. And look at it. It tells me you can grow stuff out here. You can grow a lot of things out here. Here's the nasturtium. It seems to like the cool. It hasn't shed off yet, but it's also under this tree, which I think has helped to protect it a little bit. I'll pan back here and you can see how much foliage is around it. And you can see fall is here. All of these plants have all turned the fall colors. A lot of them have turned purple. The stems have turned purple. Purple and red. You can see the grass blades are turning red, a lot of them. It's the fall colors out here. The branches on these, this weed right here. But what amazes me is the grass blades. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but the grass blades are turning red. Call it my Dr. Seuss tree. But the berries on it they've all turned. They're all starting to fall off. And it's strange. If you taste these juniper berries, they're actually sweet and juicy. I don't know if that's I've never seen juniper berries this big or ripen like this ever. I've never seen a tree with this many. Not huge. Definitely much less than it should have been. If all those potatoes had turned out large, it would have been a good turnout. But hey, not bad for the first year. Everything out here is an experiment. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I will have many more videos to come. And everybody out there, have a blessed day. Enjoy the fall. Get out and see the fall colors. Now's the time to do it.